Doc, we didn't get a chance to ask, but I imagine it was a sigh of relief when you found out Jamal was going to miss.
Yeah. That's nice. I mean, obviously you don't really know how long, but a strain not as severe as we thought. So that was great news.
He's out tonight.
Yes. Yes.
We haven't talked since your new acquisition, but what did you see in him? What was it about?
Well, I didn't see a lot because I haven't seen him play a lot. You know, he hasn't played a lot over the last couple of years. But you know, I thought right before the trade he was starting to run into shape. He was starting to make shots. What I see in him is length. You know, he's a long, small forward who has the ability to add a different dimension to us. You know, and I don't know this yet, honestly, because I haven't coached him yet. But you know, the way I look at him is that we can have a post game at the 3 spot as well now, which would be nice for us. It gives you another dimension. He can stretch the floor. You know, he comes from a defensive organization that runs a lot of the same stuff we run. So I think defensively, I thought he would be the easier fit of the guys out there. You know, then the whole key is, you know, how quickly we can get him acclimated, how quickly we can figure out what he does well. And, you know, he's still coming back from the injury. So even though he's back, if you know what I'm saying, he just needs more time and minutes. So we're going to try to do that.
Is there any concern about the fact that he hasn't played, what, 35 games?
Well, I don't worry about last year because he was injured. You know what I mean. This year is the year where he came back and he was playing. So that was our only thought. Yeah, there's always concern when you've had injury. You know, and it looks like going by the medical reports that he's healthy, but there's always concern.
How will you incorporate tonight? You're gonna, have him come off the bench? Is there any minutes or?
No, I don't know. And we're not going to start him, but he'll, you know, and I don't even know if he'll play tonight. But I didn't know Baby was going to play the other night either. And sometime the game will tell you who to play, without me making a decision. That's usually the better way, you know, and so that'll probably happen tonight.
How would you balance Jared and Matt and him sort of being in the same position? Does it mean you go small a little more than you ought?
No, I mean, at times we will because that's something we wanted to do. And I think this gives us another guy that gives us the opportunity to do that. You know, but someone's going to play more minutes. Someone's going to play less. You know, it's no trick.
What's the recruiting process been like for you? You haven't coached in college before, but you're kind of in this position where you're calling guys up, telling them on what you're trying to do here.
No, I think it's very similar to back in the days where you can just give college players money. You know, I thought that was far more effective, and I think I would have gone to several different schools if people could have recruited me that way. There's no doubt about it. It is different though, you know, because right now it's actually the same money that you're giving them. It's not that big of a difference. It's no different. I mean, we did the same thing in Boston, Danny and I, and in this case it was Gary and I. You know, it's really not that big of a difference. You beg, you know, and you're honest with guys. You tell them where you see them in as far as on the team, and you know, I've lost as many as I've gained on this one. So it's good to get two.
Ideally,
Darren's going to start.
ideally, would you like to see Danny start down the road and then you can bring Matt?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. You know, I have to wait and see if Danny fit with us. You know, ideally, yeah, because of his length, and it'll allow Matt to come off and do what he does with his energy. But Matt's playing really well right now as well. So, you know, it all shakes out. It'll all figure itself out.
Were there things you saw in film on him that told you he might be close to getting back to the
Yeah, I just thought when you looked at the beginning of the year to right before they made the trade deadline, you can see he just visually it looked like he was getting more comfortable. You know, we'll find out if that's true or not.
About a team like Ron Butler got signed by Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
About how that shapes the way you think and coach and down the line. I know you think game to game, but
Yeah.
when it comes down to that.
Well, you know, I said the one thing I was right about it was the buyout season has been more active than usual. You know, it's over now, because it's March 1st, I think, right? What's the day?
Today's March.
Okay, it's over now, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And that was a good pickup for them, you know. Karan came out of nowhere because no one thought that would happen, and then it bought out and signed almost simultaneously, so that was pretty quick.
Doc, your thoughts on this time period in general? Do you think it's good for the league? Because I mean, obviously these guys are going to contending teams.
Mhm.
Do you think, obviously, it's helped your team, but do you think in the long term this is good for the league?
Yeah, I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if it does anything. You know, I think guys are at the last year of their contract, most of these guys, and they would like to go, you know, play for a winner. And you know, the other teams are figuring that they're freeing up space. They're not going to have them back the following year to get them out of the way. And so I don't think it's good or bad for anyone.
How quickly do you feel like you need to kind of zero in on what your playoff rotations are going to be like?
I'm not that concerned by that, really, because you know, rotations to me, and I've said this before, so overrated. They really are. So if a guy gets hurt in the first game of the playoffs, your rotation's different. Guy gets in foul trouble, your rotation's different. You know, so I don't think it's as big of a deal as we think it would be.
Maybe a better question is then, how quickly do you need to know? I mean, you've added obviously Davis, you coached him before, but not with this.
You may not know. What happens if you don't know it, but you keep going, and then in the third round, you figure it out? You know, that's my point. You know, I've been through rounds where one guy didn't play at all, and then in the second round, he started playing better, and we played him more. You know, and that's the point I'm making is I don't overdo it. I don't overthink this. I think you go with what guys helping the team that moment, especially in the playoffs. Your focus is winning that game, and then you go to the next game. It would be nice to have, you know, the same 8-game guys every night, but that's unrealistic. You know, that's the way I look at it.
Do the guys understand that?
I don't know yet. You know, I'll let you know in the playoffs. You know, I'm not, again, I'll let you guys talk about it and think about it. Some guys do understand it and some guys don't. It doesn't matter. We're still going to do it. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is.
Doc, when you look at your roster in 1 week, to change the end of the bench the way you have, and with the depth you have, I mean, you got to be...
Yeah, I'm really happy about it. You know, I like having options, you know, other than not having options. So, and then I think the guys we brought in, I think they're going to be really good for us. You know, again, I don't know that, but I do think they will be. And it just allows, like, if on the night when one's not, then the other guy can be. You know, you got the options, which helps. You know, it really helps your team. Down the stretch, before the playoffs, it'll help it. And then I think in the playoffs, it'll help it as well.
Did you enjoy the game last night, watching the Suns?
I did. It was a good game. They won, so I enjoyed it a lot more. They're playing as we speak right now for the state championship, which is really cool.
So as a dad, now, how do you feel not being able? Were you nervous for him?
Oh yeah. As a dad, you're always nervous when you're watching. Far more nervous than when you're doing your regular job, because I can, you know, call a timeout, you know, or get a tech. You know, when you're the parent, you're just sitting up there, you know.
Oh, you get thrown out.
Yeah, I won't go that far. I'll let my wife do all that stuff. She's far more vocal in games than I
You
am.
can call his coach, too.
Yeah, no, I would never do that. He wouldn't listen, I hope. But you know, it's really cool to be, you know, any of you who are parents, get to watch your son play in the state championship, or in that case, the semis. And you know, I'd gotten to see each one of them now. My daughter played in 3 of them. I was at every one of hers. And Austin was in 2 or 3 actually. Lawson 1, 2, and Jeremiah was in 1. So all of them have played in the state championship game, which is really cool. And I was at all of them. So that's good. My wife likes me more now. Thanks, guys. And that's real good.